Hello and welcome to the Chessboard, Business Standard's weekly podcast on the state of play in Indian politics. I'm your host, Ankur Bhardwaj. Election season is upon us and we are days away from phase 1 of voting. To discuss the latest issues, we have with us Aditi Phadnis, senior journalist and Business Standard's political editor. And today we're going to discuss a few issues with her. Hello Aditi, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So, the Congress party has just informed in the country a day or two ago that Rahul Gandhi is also going to contest from a seat in Kerala. He's going to contest from Amethi in Uttar Pradesh and Wayanad in Kerala. Why do you think Rahul Gandhi has moved to Wayanad in Kerala to contest the Lok Sabha elections?
Why do leaders contest from two seats? Why do leaders contest when they know that they are going to win in both and will probably have to and can only be the recipient of one seat? Why do they contest from two? One reason is they're not sure of whether they're going to win from the seat that they're contesting and therefore have a backup or an insurance policy. The second, actually much more germane, is that they would like to get their party to get a toehold in areas where they were not there previously. Wayanad, as you know, is an area which is quite endemic for farmer distress. It has been having a lot of problems with water. It has been crops have been failing there. Ironically, it is in the center of one of India's greenest states, and yet has a lot of problems related to drought. So I think one reason why he's contesting from there is to establish his party's kind of toehold in that area, and second, to address farmer distress and to make that the centerpiece of his campaign elsewhere in the country. So for the same reason that other leaders contest from two seats, he is contesting from two seats as well. This entitles him to be called notionally a leader who commands all of India, who has a presence in the heart of North India as well as the heart of South India.
As expected, Rahul Gandhi's move and the Congress party's move has attracted criticism from the BJP. The BJP alleges that that Rahul Gandhi is escaping a fight in Amethi because he's going to lose that seat contesting against Smriti Irani. What do you make of the BJP's criticism of the move?
Well, I wouldn't want to second guess anybody. So whether he wins or loses against Smriti Irani is a matter that will be decided much later. But the fact is that Mr. Modi himself contested from two seats in the last Lok Sabha election, and he had to give up one. All kinds of specious reasoning is being trotted out for the reasons why Mr. Modi is contesting from two seats is materially different from Rahul Gandhi contesting from two seats. I don't see much logic in those arguments. Last night I heard Nirmala Sitharaman explain with going into tortuous detail why the two cases were different. I don't think there's any difference between the two. Mr. Modi contested from the heart of India because he wanted to assert himself as a national leader. He was coming to the national mainstream from a state contest basically. And Rahul Gandhi is moving from the north to the south. That's all there is to it. I don't see why the BJP should be so jubilant about the fact that he's contesting from two seats.
Members of the CPM have taken offense to Rahul Gandhi's move as well. Prakash Karath has been on record. Brinda Karath has written a damning piece against Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad. What do you make of the left's strong reaction to this move?
Well, that's hardly difficult to understand. This is the left stranglehold. It is one of the few places where, barring Tripura, where the left may be on the point of a revival. Tripura, there has been a rejig of political forces, and one element of the government in Tripura has walked out from the BJP coalition, and and this could actually structure the way for the CPM reviving some of the lost ground in Tripura. Similarly, they see the Congress, which is the prime opposition in Kerala, as the revival of a threat. And I'm really not surprised that the CPM has reacted so violently and so angrily to Rahul Gandhi contesting, from Wayanad. He could have chosen any seat he wanted. He need not have gone to Kerala to contest against the CPM, which is supposedly an ally.
The seat has been represented by the Congress party's own MP in the last two Lok Sabha elections in 2009 and 14. Do you foresee any struggle for Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad?
Well, it's hard to say. He has just announced his candidature, so we really don't know whom the CPM is going to put up against him. But it's interesting that he should have chosen Wayanad because, as I said, he could have contested from Tamil Nadu, he could have contested from Karnataka, and he opted for Wayanad. Now, rather disingenuously, I'm sure the Congress is going to say that the local unit proposed Wayanad, so the Congress president chose Wayanad. But I think that is not really the case. There must have been some significant calculation that must have gone into this decision. So.
There is also a theory that the BJP, the Congress party, and the left allying in a direct way in Kerala would have allowed the BJP the opposition space in the state. In the light of the protests after Sabrimala, do you think there is any merit to this theory?
It's hard to say, but certainly the BJP is poised to win at least one seat in Kerala this time. Maybe this will be a springboard, maybe this will be the best that the BJP can do for some time to come. Because once the BJP puts a toehold in Kerala, politics there is so, how shall I put it, sectarian and so cadre based and so party specific that the reaction to the BJP even winning one seat will be very strong. And I'm sure other parties will then get together and say, how did we allow them even one seat? And the ring fencing will become very strong then.
The BJP has also alleged that Rahul Gandhi has escaped to a minority-dominated seat. Today, the Prime Minister has said that the Congress party cannot stand Hindu anger anymore, and that is the reason they're seeking safer seats where the majority is not dominant. The seat has 49.8% Hindu population. Do you think that has been a consideration?
I don't think that is a consideration, but you have to consider the Prime Minister in the context of where he has said this. Prime Minister was in Pune today. Pune, as you know, is the center of the of Sangh-related activity, particularly the more virulent and the more kattar brand of Hindu politics. It was the place where the Hindu Mahasabha was very strong at one stage, and it is also the place where all this so-called Hindu terror movements have done very well. So when he said in Pune that he decried the tendency of labeling people as Hindu terrorists, that's the context.
We also have Shine Jacob from Business Standard with us. Shine is from LAP Kerala, and he has certain inputs on Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad. Hi Shine, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you.
So Shine, one of the criticisms or one of the allegations hurled at Rahul Gandhi is that he's fighting from a minority-dominated constituency, that is Wayanad. Is that true?
It's a fact that the minority population, especially the Muslims and Christians, they form around 51% of the total population in the particular Wayanad constituency, while 49% is are Hindu dominated, belong to the Hindu society. So the parties that in more than the just about Wayanad, if you look at the entire state of Kerala, this is going to have a serious impact. This minority population hold on, they form around 46% of the total population of the state of Kerala. So another 54% by the Hindu society. So the parties that the point I want to highlight is that if you look at the 2009 elections, the overall vote share of BJP in Kerala was around 6.4%. In 2011 elections, the state assembly elections, 2009 elections it was 6.4%. 2011 assembly elections it increased. It was similar to 6.2, 6.3%. But in 2014 it had a serious jump of around 4% to 10.3%, 10.4% it increased. And later, when in 2016 state assembly election, there was a serious increase of 5%, and the vote share of BJP or NDA increased to around over 15% in 2016 assembly elections. So they were managed to actually polarize the Hindu votes at one point of time, probably later of half of 2016. Mostly this has to be credited to dropping in of BDJS. BDJS is so they in out of these 54% of the total Kerala Hindu population, a majority of around 20 to 23% is belonging to the Irava or Thia community. So in 2015 December, this community, they formed a political party called BDJS. 2016 elections, they tied up with NDA, and because of this BDJS factor, they managed to increase the vote share by another 5%. So here comes the real part of it. So now the Sabrimala issue was one of the key dominant factors in this current elections. And one of the communities after Iravas, another major Hindu community is Nair community, which contributes around 14-15% of the total population of the state. So if Nair community, this time they said that we will be mostly helping out, or we will be mostly supporting the BJP and Congress. So this was traditionally a Congress stronghold or a Congress vote bank, the Nair community. So there was a serious threat for the Congress of losing this vote bank also. If Nair and Irava communities join together, then it's going and vote for BJP, then it was going to be a serious threat for Congress and for the left parties. So here lies the entire change of the calculations that the Congress has done probably. Now the vote share, the loss that they would have suffered because of this 14% Nair vote share because of the Sabrimala. Because Sabrimala, if you look at the entire Devasam board, is mainly dominated by the Nair community, and this was going to Sabrimala issue. Women entry was supposedly helping out, supposedly considered as a move that was against the Nair beliefs. So that's why they were supporting BJP this time. So the entry of Rahul Gandhi is going to change that dynamics, because the narrative has now changed from Sabrimala and shifted to a personality centric approach now. Now it's for the last 10-15 days, the entire talk is about will Rahul Gandhi come or not. And now the focus has shifted from caste, religion or Sabrimala to Rahul Gandhi, at least in the state of Kerala. So if not BJP, rather than losing from or BJP increasing their vote share from 15 to 20% or 15 to 18%, Congress may manage to hold them back to at least 15%, or may even eat up their existing vote share of 15% and bring it down to 10-12% back.
Kerala politics is dominated by UDF and LDF, UDF being led by the Congress, and LDF is an alliance of the left parties. How do you think Rahul Gandhi's entry in Kerala, in Wayanad, affects the dynamic between these two large forces in Kerala?
So, yeah, Rahul Gandhi's entry, basically, if you look at the traditionally Kerala, it's a sort of complex politics. So when the entire country was against the Indira Gandhi rule in 1977, Kerala was one of the states where the UDF or the Congress-led parties came to power in state assembly elections, winning majority 111 out of 140 seats. And out of the 20 Lok Sabha seats, they won 13. The alliance won 13, and Congress managed to win all its seats of 11 seats that it contested. So it's not as easy as it appears, the complex politics of the Kerala dynamics. So here comes the left part of it. So traditionally there is a concept that when the anti-incumbency factor comes into play in the state assembly elections, there is a tilt towards Congress when it comes to Lok Sabha elections from the part of Kerala people, except for 1 year in 2004 when Congress was wiped out. So so the entire just for one seat in one of the seats NDA won because of the personality particular person, and rest of the 19 seats was mainly going to LDF. So except for that 1 year, it was always a balanced sort of approach that the Kerala voters have selected towards. They always thought that Congress is the right alternative as far as central politics is concerned. Now, another factor that I want to highlight is regarding what impact Rahul Gandhi's entry will be having in other parts of the South India, especially Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, for sure, because now there is a sort of serious gap as far as leadership in sort of Tamil Nadu. Even though in terms of DMK, Stalin has he became one of the prominent figures. Even though there was a struggle, the struggle in AIDMK is still going on. So in Tamil Nadu, so this will help the DMK-led alliance, in which Congress is also a part of it, to have a serious dent, because Stalin has already said that they are going to back Rahul Gandhi as a PM candidate. And if a PM candidate is going to contest from South India, that will have some sort of emotions building up in the state of Tamil Nadu. In Karnataka, if you see few constituencies in the border areas like Kurk or probably Dakshin Kannada and all, it will have its own impact. The Rahul Gandhi factor will play out. Probably all the three states, the state units wanted Rahul Gandhi to contest from one of the seats in these particular states. But Wayanad was probably the safest seat, as you mentioned before, because of the minority factor.
Another interesting nomination that we've seen this time is Amit Shah contesting from the BJP bastion of Gandhinagar. Now, we all know that the seat has long been represented by another Hindutva politics stalwart, L.K. Advani, who won it by 4.83 lakhs votes last time. What do you think is the significance of Amit Shah contesting from this BJP bastion in Gujarat?
We have to remember that Amit Shah has won every seat he has ever contested in Gujarat. The last assembly election that he won from Sarkhej, and he won by a margin more than Chief Minister Narendra Modi's margin. So, contesting from Gujarat is not at all surprising. The choice of Gandhinagar is also not surprising, because that's the only seat that he could have contested without upsetting any of the local leaders. So I think both these considerations were there when he decided to contest.
In 2014, Amit Shah surprised the country by focusing his energies on Uttar Pradesh, and he gave a brilliant result to the BJP. So in a way, Uttar Pradesh became his Karm Bhumi. Why do you think he left Uttar Pradesh and is contesting from Gujarat? Do you think the Mahagathbandhan of the SP and BSP has a role to play there?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think he just wanted to keep himself free to contest from a seat where he would not have to struggle too much. Any seat in UP, he would have had to, despite his party working overtime for him, he would have had to make an effort. In Gujarat, frankly, he has to make no effort whatsoever.
The BJP didn't do as well in assembly elections in Gujarat last time. Do you think the result in the assembly elections and maybe a need to fire up the cadre again is a consideration behind Amit Shah contesting from Gujarat?
I think he wants to see for himself and up close how the party is doing and what its weak points are. Because there is no doubt that in Kutch, as well as in areas around Surat, as well as in areas where small businesses are working, people are not happy with the BJP. It's true that they don't see an alternative. They don't see the possibility of anyone else challenging the BJP, strong enough to challenge the BJP. Nevertheless, the BJP is losing ground. And I think Mr. Shah wants to see this firsthand. What is a matter of mystery for me is why he would want to contest the Lok Sabha when he already has a Rajya Sabha seat. One possible reason could be that he intends to, if his party comes to power, he intends to join the government and make, it's better to be elected from a lower house when you're a minister, although it makes no difference.
A new factor in... Please.
Another reason could be that His term, he is currently on a truncated presidential term of the party. He is entitled to another term, but if he becomes a minister, then he cannot become party president. In the BJP, the one man, one post principle is adhered to very strongly. In which case, party will have to elect another president. And who that person will be, it's a matter of some speculation, but that will happen when it happens.
Another factor that has become a major thing in these elections, especially in the media, is the entry of Priyanka Gandhi into active politics. In one of her visits to East UP, Priyanka Gandhi hinted, what if she contests from Varanasi? Was it just plain kite flying, or do you think there is any other significance to particularly Varanasi as a choice of seat?
Well, we've already announced, they have already announced that Chandrasekhar Ravan is going to contest from the Bhim Sena. It would be very odd if Priyanka Gandhi were to come into the field now, because she had met Ravan and she had persuaded him to contest against the Prime Minister from Varanasi, and had offered to join hands with him. Now he's doing it on his own. So I think it would be graceful if the Congress were to provide constructive support to his candidature. We have to see what kind of moves the Congress makes now.
And what will be the significance of Priyanka Gandhi working in East UP then?
She is working to augment the organization. She is also doing a moderately good job, in the sense that at least the party workers are quite enthused. And the fact is that now people are fighting as to why they were not given seats to fight, why outsiders are being given seats to fight. For instance, in the Basti seat, the Congress workers nearly held captive the one of the party leaders who had gone from the High Command to listen to their woes, because that seat has been given to Babu Ram Kushwaha, who is an alliance partner of the Congress and one of the most important erstwhile aides of Mayawati. So the fact is that there is a slight sense of revival in the Congress ranks organizationally. And I think if Priyanka Gandhi fulfills that and manages to actualize that, then that itself will be a big boost to the party.
Thank you for your inputs, Aditi.
Thank you very much, Ankur.
And that was episode 1 of the Chessboard, where Aditi Phadnis informed us about the significance of Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad and Amit Shah contesting from Gandhinagar. Shine Jacob, who hails from Kerala, told us about the impact of Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad on politics in Kerala and the South. We will return next week with another episode of the Chessboard and more interesting questions on Indian politics.